I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For a monster from his lab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. I should have done that song in karaoke. NYWC, I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. House of Madness 2016 had a great crowd and had a great show to be seen. The event kicks off with a 15-man battle royal where the last 6 men would face each other in a 6-way suicidal matchup, and the winner of that would challenge Stockade for the heavyweight championship later in the show. Among the participants in the battle royal were Angelo Andrews, the Benson Bros, Otto Von Knox, General Romero, Maxwell Jacob Feinstein, Chainsaw Joe Gacy, the Stallion Anthony Lacerra. Forgot somebody else in that one. But it came down to Johnny, I apologize for not getting his last name, Greek God Papa Don, Randy Summers, Flawless Blake Morris, Rex Lawless, and Jesse Vane. And the match was won by Johnny, whose last name I didn't get, to gain a title shot at Stockade later in the show. Our second match of the night saw the third meeting between these two gentlemen as Angelo Andrews defeated Aiden Bale with a handful of denim shorts, and Bale says to Andrews, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they embrace, but then Andrews clotheslines Bale, and Crusher Dugan comes out and puts a towel around Andrews' neck, and the two of them leave the ring together, so I don't know if Dugan's managing the Hounds of Hatred anymore. Up next was tag team action, which saw the Benson Bros, CJ and Rad Brad, defeat Fella Twins, Eddie McQueen and Rick Cataldo in a fun match. Up next, Otto Von Knox and General Romero come to the ring. Romero takes the microphone, and he's issuing an open challenge. No matter how big or small anyone is, out comes the Big O. And the Big O ends up defeating Otto Von Knox. O then takes the microphone and he addresses to Fusion Champion Tyler Murphy that if he survives later in the show, his title match, that he wants a title shot at Draw the Line on Saturday, November 26th. Up next, we saw the Devil's Outlaw Stockade defeat Johnny, whose last name, once again, I apologize, did not get, to retain the heavyweight championship. Then the next matchup, we saw the Man of Steel Mike Verner go one-on-one with Mouse. And during the matchup, Boo and Bam Sullivan, they're about to come into the ring. Verner tells Mouse to get out of harm's way, and the Sullivans end up doing a number on Verner. And at that point, they went to intermission. Intermission ended, and we had a 6-man tag pitting J-Red, GIT, and Irish, formerly known as the Irish Rapper Apprentice, as they took on A-listers Absolute Alvin and Ultimo Maya. And before they entered the ring, Alvin took the microphone, and he said he made a call to the King, and out comes King Mega to join them for the 6-man tag. And J-Red's team had things going their way until Maya brought 2 kendo sticks into play, and eventually Alvin tells Maya get the handcuffs, and they handcuff Irish and GIT to the ring post on the floor, and J-Red is at their mercy. And then this young lady sitting right next to me in the front row, she leaves the crowd to enter the ring, and she slaps Alvin, and Alvin planted her on the canvas with some move. I can't remember what he did to her. And then J-Red goes ballistic, saying that's his girlfriend, and eventually Shane, Forge, and Jimmy from security, they hit the ring to try to calm the situation down. And J-Red took one of the kendo sticks that Maya brought into play, and he's livid, wanting a piece of Alvin's hide. Next matchup, we saw the Fusion Championship decided as Tyler Murphy defeated Maxwell Jacob Feinstein and Chainsaw Joe Gacy to retain the Fusion Championship. Up next was a return bout from Trust No One as elite athlete Mike Orlando took on premier athlete Tony Nese in a very good matchup, and Nese picked up the win and in this battle of athletes. Then in the final match of the evening, Boo and Bam Sullivan come out with Starlet champion Devil Doll, and she takes the microphone and announces that it was 1 year ago at House of Madness they debuted, and the Sullivans felt they had no competition for the tag belts, but out comes JT Kaysen and introduces his partner, yours truly, Alex Reynolds of the Beaver Boys, and the match is on, and the Sullivans defeat Kaysen and Reynolds. I think at one point, I forgot how they put them away. But they did, and Stockade and King Mega come out to celebrate the victory. And that's how the show ended. And that's pretty much how the show had ended. And then, well, actually, yeah, time for the personal notes. Welcome back, Jim Lundis. Welcome back, Jason Linnick. Welcome back, Fred, who hadn't been to the shows since June. Welcome back, Charlie and his son, Josh. Great seeing Curse, Shane. Fuck. Great seeing Greg and Sarah. James McGrady. David Poppy, welcome back to you, man. Okay, I have to say I did enjoy the Halloween setup for the show. There were pumpkins on the top of the ring post, black and orange ropes, cobwebs and gravestones on the ramp. I wonder, when Tour de Circus rolls around December 17th, will there be a Christmas setup around the ring and ramp? I'd like to see it. And by the way, folks, that particular show is December 17th, which is 2 days before my birthday. I do have to say, draw the line, which is Saturday night, November the 26th. Here's my match wish list. I'd like to see Tyler Murphy defend the Fusion Championship against the Big O. I'd like to see the Sullivans defend the tag belts against the Benson Bros. After all, how many teams are left in NYWC right now? Jay Red against Absolute Alvin one-on-one, or obviously that scenario is going to continue with the A-listers and Jay Red's guys. Oh, another rematch between Angelo Andrews and Aiden Bale, now that Andrews is under the tutelage of Crusher Dugan. Well, yeah, we had one memorable quote. You shouldn't have to call a cab. You should get a Shane or someone else should give you a ride. Jim Lundis, when he noticed me before he drove off. I do have to say Sunset Taxi is becoming a bit unreliable. I mean, they told me 10, 15 minutes, and the cab didn't show up for 20 minutes. I was timing it after I got off the phone with them, folks. I went to Twisted Shamrock for the after party, and definitely a great time. I think I sang that's probably the most amount of songs I sang at one of their after parties. I sang Don Henley's Dirty Laundry, Bon Jovi's It's My Life. I sang Lenny Kravitz's Always on the Run, the Eagles' Get Over It just before I took my leave. A lot of NYWC's got up and sang, including the Devil Doll. I gotta say, she certainly has a voice. Now, Shane, have you ever thought of possibly having a karaoke event at the Sportatorium? I know it's doubtful. You could probably get DJ Brent to come over, and we're gonna have, and charge, have people buy a ticket to get in, obviously, to make the money. Ugh. It'd be an interesting concept, but fans and wrestlers, doing collaborations and other shit like that. I mean, it's quite a concept, in my opinion. And I actually have like a bit of a... I have thought of maybe making like kind of a game out of it. You know, I don't know if anybody would be interested, or if, you know, if Shade ever thought about doing this instead of just having wrestling all the time in the place. I have to say, SWA's own Pancakes, he's got a voice. He sang Phil Collins' Against All Odds, and I forgot the other tune he sang. Shane and most of the roster sang Aerosmith's Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Shane and Brent ended up singing Toby Keith's I Love This Bar. And it was, I forgot who got done singing, but when they got done singing, Brett played Andrew WK's Party Hard, which is JTK's entrance music, and he acted like he was like going to the ring for a match, high-fiving everybody. By the way, Kaysen, why did you stop giving out beer to the crowd? I mean, I miss those days, man. Certainly a great night for NYWC, and hopefully some people are coming with me for Draw the Line November 26th, because they were hoping to come to House of Madness, but they couldn't do it, and I know my cousin, he definitely wants to come next month, and if all goes well, he and his girlfriend will return, and maybe they won't be alone themselves, but definitely a great night of action as delivered by NYWC, and NYWC rules.